Oh, guys, I haven't ridden a bike in 5 days. I think that's a record, a record drought for me. Except maybe a time or two in the winter. It's a Monday. Why didn't I ride on the beautiful weekend we just had? Because I was doing home improvement projects, specifically hardwood flooring. We painted living room, dining room, kitchen over the last month or so, and that was a big project. High ladders, 4 different colors, you know, just one of them things that seemed like it was never going to end, and finally it was over. So then you had to tear out the carpet, and finding the right flooring took forever, but we finally got that, and it came in, and they delivered a pallet. So I think it was like 750 pounds of flooring, which I had to carry upstairs to the living room. And I'll just share a few tips, not that I'm anywhere close to being an authority on this, but I had the saw, the rip saw that I was using, or actually the chop saw, downstairs. Like, I had to get down 6 steps, through the garage, out the door, cut a board, come back in, put the board in place. And I had to do that for each row, each time I needed a cut. So that was about, I don't know, man, it seemed like 50 trips. So that could have been improved on by putting the saw right on my front deck or something, but I don't know why I didn't think of that until about the last cut of the day. But we're only halfway done, so the rest of the project I will be just stepping out my front door to do the cuts. Hey, you know, who knew? Never done this before. It's that Click Lock engineered flooring. Nice stuff. I'm impressed. For the money spent, it is really nice quality. But like anything else, you know, there's a little bit of a learning curve, and then you get the hang of it, and then you start going. So we had to put this underlayment down, which was a pain to work with very thin foam, and that took hours. I mean, the room's pretty big, but it just took a while. It gets taped together. So we did that. I started carrying up the boxes of wood. The wood has to acclimate. Some of it was up there already for several days, because it's got to be up there like at least 3 days. I let it acclimate for around 5 or 6 days. And we put half of it down. So now we have to, I brought the rest of it up, and that has to acclimate, thankfully, for another few days. So it's kind of forcing me to take a break from this. But I did this flooring for about 8 hours or 10 hours on the weekend. Today, Monday, was ride your motorcycle to work day, and the weather was perfect. Today is June 21st. It's the first day of spring, longest day of the year. I couldn't have ridden a bike today. I mean, not safely. I ache in places where I didn't know I had muscles. I mean, muscles I haven't used in 10 years. I definitely feel like I got a little beat up from this stupid project. So I was quite happy to take the car with the soft seat and the air conditioning and all that. But when I got home tonight, I was like, I'm jumping on the bike. And I am riding tomorrow, barring some unforeseen circumstance, because it's going to be another beautiful day. It was pretty hot today. I think it was close to 90 degrees. And one thing I've learned is you've got to keep moving when it's that hot. Otherwise, you know, if you get any stop and go traffic, it's really nasty. Anyway, you know, it was physically demanding, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore, you know. I'm still under 50, but I ain't as young as I used to be. So, and what's funny is I have a lot of friends who have lots of different skills. I don't have any friends that do flooring. I only have friends who used to do flooring. Several of them. Oh yeah, I used to do that. Then they got smart, or they blew out their knees, things like that. I would not want to do this every day. It's got to be brutal on the body. The knees, the back, all that baloney. Anyway, we're getting there on our project. Lots of little details here and there that pop up and kind of slow you down. But I'm looking forward to getting it done. This project was actually something I gave my wife my word last year when I told her I want to get a motorcycle. I hadn't done anything on our house in a while. I mean, some basic maintenance, but no real big improvements. And she really has been wanting to get the painting done, and the carpet needed to go. So when it came down to brass tacks, it was like, all right, if you're getting a motorcycle, then you need to get this stuff done on the house. So I had to pony up the money for it and do the job. So I did. You know, we're making great progress. She's really happy. Happy wife, happy life. But I know a lot of biker people are do-it-yourselfers. And what's interesting to me with this project is there's a ton of videos online. There's a ton of websites. You get the instructions that come with the flooring, with the underlayment, and you get conflicting information almost everywhere you go. So you have to take this mass of information and input that you get from all these different sources and figure out what makes the most sense for you. And I was able to do that in a satisfactory way. I did have one lingering question about how to do a stair nose molding. So I swung by one of my friend's house tonight who used to do flooring. He knew exactly. He gave me the missing link. Exactly what was needed. So, did that. Just checking the old honker there. So, that's the do-it-yourself DIY home refresh engineered flooring project. And I actually managed to squeak in some work in the garage on the bike during the weekend too that I need to do. And just one thing to conclude with, it is bike related, which I kind of find a little comical. When I bought this bike last year, the rear tire was done. It was practically bald. The front tire looked good. It still had tread, but it was dry rotted. Both tires were 8 years old, so they needed to come off the bike. So in doing some research and learning about it and everything, one of the things I saw was that you usually go through 2 rear tires for every front tire. Well, my rear looks great. I'm barely halfway done the rear tire, and I've done 8,000 miles. Guess what? The front tire is done. It's all the way down to 2/32 already. Right down to the wear bars. I couldn't believe it. I wore the tire out in less than a year. So it's an original Dunlop tire. I guess it's the 402, or I don't remember what number it is, but it's the one that came with the bike, the same model. So I am going to replace it with an American Elite, which I've heard very good things about, and one of my friends just got a set of those, and he's very happy with them. So the tire is at the dealer. Next Saturday I'll be getting up early, cruising down to the dealer, getting an inspection, getting my front tire put on, and then maybe, if things work out, I just might be doing something else really exciting, Harley related. But I'm not going to say what it is, just in case I don't get to do it. But if I do get to do it, that'll probably be the next video that goes up. And one of my best yet, I hope. So anyway, that's my dull, boring little world in my little dot of the universe where I live. It is about 75 degrees out. It's the longest day of the year. I've got all my vents open. The wind feels amazing. The bike feels amazing. And I don't even know where I'm going. This is the best kind of riding to me that there is. When you don't even know where you're going. I'm not going to work. I don't have to meet anybody. It's just me and the road. As long as I get home by dark for my wifey. So I'm going to enjoy what's left of the longest day of the year. And that's it for me, folks. It's a big old bike. Can't quite tell what that is. Maybe a lowrider? It's a big twin.